Mighty Mouse and Minnie Mouse down here. Got the Z-Man. It's okay, you go in there. You want to go in the water? The water's ready now. The pool, so Zara and Lola can go in. She's just getting the zoomies here, which is all part of the training, teaching her how to control that a little bit. Got a nice day on tap right now. It's actually beautiful out. Lola, we're just in my yard with the pool and the dog park, dog playground, if you will. And I spend a lot of time back here with just her, sometimes with her and Zorro. I've even had Chase back here with her, but I still want the other boys to get a little more acquainted with her. Good girl. She's doing a pit stop. Show you the yard a little bit. Pool is basically built for the dogs. You can see that beach-like area entry, and there's ledges all over the pool to provide places for them to get out or take a breather if they want to when they swim. And good girl. So I spend the time back here because I want her to bond with me, basically. And she's been staying in my vicinity because she's gotten a little bit of a correction, and that's what she's supposed to do. But just like when we're out in the field, the distractions will eventually take over, especially with a Husky, and they'll get comfortable with their surroundings and their situation with us, and they'll want to explore. And that's when we teach them to become more responsive to the recall command, for example. Oops, sorry, Zorro. Sorry. He's right here with me. He's watching. He sticks with me like glue. He's my boy. So let her pick through the yard and do what she wants to do. And here come on, Zorro, through the dog playground. Now that would be confrontational with most dogs, but Zorro's trained not to do that, and he is a big teddy bear, so he's not going to confront her and she knows it too, because she's already tested him, and she knows that he'll keep his composure. See her looking up a tree, squirrels probably. This is the dog park. Bamboo grows throughout here, and got all kinds of park-like features that they would put in real dog parks. I mean, this is the same equipment. I've added a sandbox there. It's gotten wet from the rain. A hay box here sometimes in the fall and winter we put up, and all kinds of stuff. There goes the sandbox with all the different balls and everything. The other day, Lola actually went on the teeter-totter, which is kind of cool too. So I'm letting her check out where she's at. And we have a neighbor's yard there. Now that fence, you might be noting, is not very big, but it contains my Huskies. It's a 5-foot fence, and you should really not have less than a 9-foot fence with Huskies. But it contains my guys because we're so active, and they sow their wild oats out in the field, and they don't want to go anywhere. They want to, when they're home, they want to just be in their yard or actually be in their crate inside. So that's what they do. You might see these outdoor dog houses. They're just for them to go into and play. Sometimes I'll feed them. If I do feed them outside, I would isolate them to those areas, because I always isolate them one by one so they don't have any confrontations about food, because they will. So sometimes they'll chew on this bamboo, and wolves will actually, well, panda bears will eat it. But I believe wolves will take their teeth and sometimes, they'll rub their claws on trees. And when my guys were puppies, meaning Zorro, Chase, and Jag, they would actually teeth a lot of the bamboo. They seem to be pretty cool. So she's just sniffing some water up there. There's water all over the place, but of course they'd rather have the water that's scented by the ground and by the droppings of everything else. See Zorro on the other side waiting for us. So it gets a little bit, you can see she's going under the table. The table teaches them to climb. They love just being high up so they can see what's around them. That's why a lot of dogs will sit on their dog houses or go up to their dog houses. And that's why you might have seen Princess. Look at her. Good girl. It takes a little bit of confidence to do that. That's why I've got video and used to see Princess. I made her dog house. It's called a lean-to structure. So all the dogs, when they lived in the front, my other Huskies, they would be able to climb up it and perch, dwell, whatever. Fire hydrant. What would a dog park be without a fire hydrant, right? So this comes out there onto the bridge into the dog park. Appropriate, huh? And I live on a wooded lot, as you see, as I've said before, which creates a little bit of a problem for the pool. All the tree droppings, leaves, different times of year, even in the spring. The spring turns to summer, and those leaves droppings happen. She's digging, which is fine. Lola, good girl. See how I called her and told her to stop? It's nothing bad. It's just low voltage lighting, and I didn't want her to dig on. We were working on that. It's a little bit of work keeping it going. So here's a waterfall. This is my stream that has a waterfall to it. Let's see, and you can see Zara's down there now. Let's see if we can turn it on. It might not be, it might be in service mode, my pool, but I'm going to check. Just to give her a different view. She hasn't seen it yet as in service mode. I won't be able to now from my remote. But this bridge crosses over this waterfall as it fills up, and the water goes through the rocks. Now watch me call her. Come on, Lo. See how she's coming right with me? And listen, it's easier to do in the yard. When we get out into the real world, into the places where we free range, where they're off leash, that's the challenging part, but this is where you train them to do that, to respond like that. And she's going back to where I told her not to dig. That one, she's not going to dig. Good girl. She's still got some puppy in her, so she wants to explore, which is all great. And this is new to her. As I was explaining, you can see the rock retaining wall. The pool here, the beach-like entry for the dogs to access it. And then it becomes gradually deeper once you go off the ledge here, which the ledge is for them. They swim right to it and get out. They have steps. And other ledges. There's a cave or a grotto, which the waterfall will come over. And they can swim anywhere in the pool. We have a floor system to help with the hair. So a floor blower, if you will. It blows all the dirt towards the filter debris. And this is a cabana. And you can see dogs have taken it over. This is where they can come down. Sometimes they like to be outside in the inclement weather, especially if it's snowing. They can come here. They don't like to. They like to be outside. They don't like to take shelter when it's snowing. So sometimes I'll sit down here, and here comes Lola. Good girl. So she's sitting. Good girl. She's getting a little bit of zoomify. Hey. Okay. So she wants to. I didn't want her to. She'll jump on Zara, and he's so good he won't do anything. But I don't want to get her into the habit of it. Good girl, Lola. She's sitting because she's like, Dad, what do you want me to do? That's the way she's trained. There's a little diving feature. We can go in there. It does get about 8.5 feet deep. And Lola's headed to her private room in the house. So for her, a private area, while we get her acclimated before she gets her area, gets to mingle with all the boys in the house. And that's Lola today.